what's kind of a key moment you notice where you're like, oh, I want to do this?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I would have been 19, and I had started to teach a Bible study because somebody at the church had asked me to teach this Bible study. I was enjoying the Bible study, but then the first time I ever preached in front of people, like in front of more than the Bible study, I think that was probably it. I don't think it was very good. I had to preach on a really heavy passage where Jesus says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." So like, it was kind of like thrown into the deep end, like, go right into the heavy stuff. But I remember, even though, again, if I'm sure if I heard it now, there's no recording, thank God, but I'm sure if I heard it now, I'd be like cringing the whole time. But I remember I preached on that, and there was a girl, so this is in South County. So there was a girl who had been, I think a few months before, she had been shot in like a drug deal that had gone wrong in Dana Point. And she'd been paralyzed from the waist down. She was in a chair, and she had occasionally come to that church, off and on over maybe the months or the years. But I think that was the first time I saw her back after the shooting thing. And so she was there the night I preached, and there was it was a big thing. It was like, there's like hundreds of kids, hundreds of young people. So it was definitely the biggest thing I'd ever been at as a speaker or preacher. But it was also like my first official sermon. I kind of thought it might have gone not well, but because it was so heavy. But then after the service, she literally like rolled her chair up to me and was like, thank you for telling me about the Lord being there for people like me, people who were suffering like that. Yeah. And that was kind of it. It was like, I kind of
exactly
bumps. Yeah. It was like truth and reality in someone's life who had just been through hell and was like paralyzed. She was like 20 years old. She was like 21, and she was good. They were saying she wasn't going to walk the rest of her life. It was like really unexpected, really dramatic, but she wasn't like, thanks for being cool. Thanks for being funny. She was like, thanks for telling me about the Lord. Thanks for like pointing me to a place where I could be comforted, have hope. And it wasn't about me, and it didn't feel like it was about me. And it felt like the Lord. It felt like that's what the word can do. It can really bring someone hope who doesn't have it. So I think that was probably it, because it was just real. And it wasn't about how well I had done or not done. It was just the power of the word,
For sure.